And as all of you know, this is a very, very honorable position to achieve. It's the first step in the regional vice president category. Becoming an RVP is really a great accomplishment. And now we have the opportunity to put these people in the very first step towards that goal of becoming a senior vice president. And this is called RVP. Miss Melissa Street.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am wonderful as well.
You're a grandpa again.
Oh my goodness sakes. That little girl is so beautiful.
Congratulations.
You would not have believed how petite she is. She's 5.5 pounds, just beautiful. Just incredible. I held her and I felt like I had a blanket of air. There was nothing there.
Oh.
Yeah, she was sweet. Congratulations for becoming regional vice president, girl.
Thank you. I'm excited.
That's really exciting. I'm very happy for you.
Thanks.
You know, I wanted to be able to do this personally. Number one, to congratulate you. And, you know, we have a lot of time together because between you and Jeff being Circle of Champions members, we get to interact a lot more often than a newly promoted regional vice president. So we know each other quite well. But for the sake of the ACN family, I want them to get to know you as well as I do, or maybe even more. So if you can, just let everybody know who you are, what you've done in the past, why you feel so good about ACN, and then we'll just take it wherever it may lead. Does that sound fair?
Sounds good.
Good.
Well, I'm excited. Thank you very much for this. This is just so special. And, you know, it's trying times for a lot of people right now, but you and the founders and the company have just made this so special for everyone, and really to take a serious look at the ACN opportunity. Prior to me becoming a regional vice president, everyone already thought I was a regional vice president because I was married to a regional vice president, but it was never something that I knew that I never went through that experience, my personal self. And so when I was introduced to ACN 8 years ago, I was 22 years old. I've never owned a business before in my life. I was actually an insurance sales agent for a good old company called Like a Good Neighbor. State Farm is there. So, so I was lucky at 18 years old. I was introduced to the insurance industry, and so I had a really great success. I had really great success at a young age, but I wasn't satisfied. I got to a point where I was kind of just stuck. I hit plateau, and then corporate politics and stuff like that, and I was searching for something. I didn't know it was going to come in the form of ACN, and a good friend of mine called me up one day and she invited me out. And truth be told, I don't recommend this, but for those that's watching, she invited me out to a barbecue. Mm-hmm. And I had no idea that when I walked into her house, and I thought I was there for some fun and Sunday afternoon in Los Angeles, and it turned out to be an ACN presentation. And I actually thought I had, when it all kind of came together, I thought I was a part of like an intervention or something, because I didn't recognize anyone who was there. You know, everyone was at least 15 years older than me. Yeah. They were all dressed to the nines. I was in barbecue attire, so I had no idea what was going on. And so I was caught off guard. And I just kind of sat there, and as the ACN presentation video went on, and you know, the information was shared, because I was in the background of insurance industry, I knew about residual income. So, but I wasn't making residual income, even though I was selling insurance. And so that was what caught my attention with ACN. Sure. So that's how I was introduced to ACN, not knowing that I was being introduced to ACN. And then life just kind of happened for me. Matter of fact, during that time, by the way, my now husband was the presenter of that presentation. So that's how we met too. So he sold me on two things, the opportunity and the opportunity. I didn't know that happened at the very first visit. That's nice. Yes, he had just moved to California. So That's how we met. But you know, truth be told, when I was introduced to ACN, I was personally going through a lot of different battles. Mentally, I had just gotten out of a relationship, and I was in a really deep, dark place. And so I liked the concept of ACN. I liked the opportunity, but I don't think I was mentally prepared. Even though I got involved, I got right, I signed up, I got involved, but I don't think I was mentally prepared. And quite frankly, I kind of went into that witness protection program for about 3 months.
Sure.
I never went to an ACN event. I didn't pick up a phone call. I never listened on those training calls. But you know, looking back at it now, I realized that was necessary because I needed to get through what I was going through so that when I was ready to focus on ACN, I could see the true value. And so after 3 months, I came to a realization, okay, I've invested into this business. I should probably pay a little attention and see what it's all about. And my first ever event coming back out of that deep, dark hole was an ACN convention. And I didn't know anyone there. The only person I knew was actually the presenter of the ACN opportunity. My own upline had quit at that point. So it was just me and the presenter.
What city was that in?
It was actually Los Angeles.
It was, okay.
Yes. So, so it was Los Angeles, and I remember going there on Friday night because I didn't make the decision to go until about 4 days before the convention. So it was a last minute decision. And so going into the arena, it was on Friday night. I had to work at my job because it was too short of notice for me to call time off. So I go into the arena and I'm like so confused, like what in the world is going on? Why are these people so happy and so bubbly and excited? And then after I sat through Saturday, actually your opening message Saturday morning of the convention, that's when I knew I was home. I knew I planted my flag. I knew I was right where I was supposed to be. And I hit the restart button on my ACN business, you know, mentally, and got involved. And there was a lot of growth needed in my journey, you know, because I was 22 years old and I never really did personal growth or development. I didn't even know what that was. So I had to go through a lot of personal growth to get to where I am today. And I'm still learning, still growing. But yeah, so that's kind of how I was introduced to ACN, how it actually happened, and here we are today.
So a lot has happened to you on a personal level over the last 8 years. A lot has happened to you on a spiritual level, because I know you so well as your career, and so many things that have occurred. And it's just because of the way that you've been able to attack life. And, you know, I just want to congratulate you, number one, for becoming an RVP, but more so than that, you know, being 22 years old, showing up to a big event all by yourself because you were searching for something at that time, you were wanting something at that time. That really does tell me a lot about who you were and the fact of what you become today. To see how much you've grown up within ACN really is remarkable to me, because I know for a fact, you know, I've known you for a long time now. And I know I've known you more so over the last 3 years or so than the first 5 years, but that's, you know, because you've moved up the ranks and because of the, you know, the relationship that you have, you know, with Jeff being his wife, you know, knowing Jeff and, you know, the entire background there. There's a lot of things that have transpired in your life, and you're at a point in time right now that I believe is just the beginning of something that's magnificent. You know, you've spent the last 8 years just building a foundation, I believe, and you've really blossomed well, but I believe your best years are ahead of you and not behind you. So tell me, how are you feeling about your positioning right now, being an independent regional vice president, not just married to a regional vice president or a senior vice president? And I know that you and Jeff, I consider you a power couple at ACN. You guys have done just remarkable things. You present well, you carry yourselves well, you carry the ACN torch with excellence. And so where do you see yourselves in the next 5 years starting off where you're at today?
I'm excited, actually. Really excited for our future. I think everything leading up to this point was just the grooming process.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly enough, I actually, and it kind of goes with what you were just asking, is, yesterday I invited an old friend of mine from, many years ago, that we've connected on social media, and we, like each other's posts and comments here and there. But so yesterday I had a new business partner sign up, my old friend, and he was actually at my very first ACN presentation 8 years ago.
Wow.
And when he was there, he told me that something hesitated. He wanted to do it, but something hesitated. But then his girlfriend at the time was trying to tell him, just do it, and he didn't. And over the years, he's seen me grow in the business. He sees the positivity, and the quotes and whatnot. And so yesterday, when he saw the presentation, obviously ACN has also blossomed into an incredible company, more so, and he goes, man, I wish I got involved with you at the very beginning. I'd probably be in a really good position. He's, been laid off because of the pandemic and lost a lot. And he goes, I wish I would have gotten involved with you 8 years ago. I said, honestly, I'm kind of glad you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I was terrible. I was absolutely terrible at this business in my first few years. So now where I am today, I'm better equipped to really serve you and help you and really do something amazing here. And so I'm just so excited for the next 24 months to next, 3 years to 5 years, 10 years, just because everything is so aligned. Our mindset, our personal growth has been at a whole nother level to receive. So I mean, I don't know what the future holds for us. I just know it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
I just know it's going to be amazing because we're prepared for that. We're manifesting it, that it's going to be amazing. And there's going to be a lot of people that we're going to be able to really serve.
Sure. Well, you spoke in a magnitude of truth during that segment that you just talked. And it's simply because you have really taken advantage of the ACN environment. And because you've been around for 8 years, you have a frame of reference that you just spoke to, a frame of reference of where you've come from, a frame of reference of how ACN was 8 years ago. But in particular, I want you to speak of one thing, and I don't know what your response is going to be to this, but in the latter part of last year, the latter part of 2019, we as co-founders made some very strategic decisions that we were going to implement. Actually, it was January the 6th, as I remember it, January the 6th of 2020. And we made some compensation plan enhancements that were so dramatic, like we've never done it in our company's history. And to think about what's going on right now with the pandemic, those decisions almost seem like they were providential to prepare us for this season that we're in. Give us some insight from a leadership IBO perspective on what we have today versus just what we had last year. I think that would serve everybody well.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you first off for those enhancements. Thank you for helping more people and really creating a compensation plan that could just serve so many. So obviously no one saw this pandemic coming. No one saw any of this chaos. But it's so incredible how God works and the timing, how perfect that timing was. Today I feel like we could do so much more, especially with technology and what ACN the infrastructure that's there, the support that's there, technology that's there, everything is there in place to make this business really work and make it simple, make it fun, doable, duplicatable. I was talking to Jeff a couple of weeks ago, and I said, man, what were we doing last year this time? Like, where would we be right now last year doing ACN? Well, we'd be getting in our cars, driving a few hours to go do a presentation, right? Driving a few hours back home, then do it all over again tomorrow. And, the air miles and all that we would spend to do ACN, and we would do it because that was the work ethic we've accepted. And that was just the way of doing things. And I said, how fun is it today? Like, I wake up every morning, Jeff and I wake up every morning just going, oh my goodness, we are blessed. Yes. With just how simpler, I don't want to say easy, because nothing worthwhile in life is easy, but how much more fun and simple it is. With where 2020, the vast majority of people are in a lot of pain, financial pain, battling with depression because they lost their job or whatnot. And so it's hard for me to say, but I'm proud to say it, that we have such a platform that could give hope and give opportunity to people and allow people to really build something from home here at a time where majority of people, they're not really sure what the future holds. And so I'm, just with what we have, technology and the platform and the infrastructure, the comp plan enhancement, everything, all this goodness you guys have put before us. Yeah, it's just a special time.
I talked to one of my friends who is a very high level individual in the country here. And he had told me that domestic violence is at an all-time high right now. Suicides are at an all-time high. And it's because there's so many people that are just, they're wondering, what their future holds. They're just uncertain. The fundamentals that they practice were sound, and yet even that was shaken to the core with millions upon millions of people today. And to think that, as you said, that we can provide hope for those people and to give them light where there is no light, to give them something to look forward to accomplish from the comfort of their home. And as you said, not easy, but it's different today. And to think about that we could provide them an opportunity to generate residual income by acquiring customers on services that people need, want, and use every single day. We're not asking people to change their buying habits whatsoever. It's just redirecting some of the expenses that they have, putting them in a better position. And sometimes you just wake up feeling guilty, because you look at everything else not everything, but most things outside are in chaos. And we have something that all we need to do is to tell people about the goodness of what we have. And if they're open-minded enough, as you were at 22 years old, something dramatic as is happening to you and Jeff right now can happen for those people. Not guaranteed, of course, because, most people don't make it at anything, let alone ACN. But if you're willing to work hard, pay the price for long enough, look at what happens. And it's happening to you right now. Mm-hmm. You're a testament to the system. And you've proven it time and time again. So congratulations to you. We're excited.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited.
What was Jeff's response? Tell me, because I know how much he loves you. Tell me Jeff's response when the report came and it showed your name as a regional vice president.
Oh, he was ecstatic. I love my husband. I love him so dearly. And he's been my rock. And I'm as perky and smiley as I am, I'm not sometimes the most pleasant person to work with. I'm a little stubborn, just a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I'm still learning, and my husband has had, matter of fact, next month will be 15 years in ACN. But so we've been, reflecting and just all the different growth. I knew RVP, the alert, was coming soon, but personally for me, I knew that eventually it will happen. I just didn't want to look at it as I need you to help me get to RVP. No, instead I just want to help you. And in return, I know it'll help me. And so we didn't know when it was going to happen. So when it did, he runs into my office. He's like, log in your back office right now. I'm like, what? Okay. So I log on, and just to see regional vice president and then getting the text alert and seeing my name, you know, as a mentee and business partner and wife, I saw the pride in his face, and that just made me feel really great too, because I made him proud in return.
Yes.
So it's been, yeah, it was really special.
Nice. So tell me something, Melissa, and we'll end with this. What would you tell a brand new IBO today about what the possibilities could be for them? What would be the words of encouragement that you would give somebody that maybe is just taking a look at ACN or is just starting their ACN career? Any words of wisdom that you would give them?
Well, I would say a couple of things. Stick with it. You know, my beginning when I first got started in ACN, there was a lot of growth there. So nothing was immediately, I didn't have fast success like some of these incredible people that you get to hear from, but I'm thankful looking back at it now. So I would say stick with it, stay the course. Just, you know, it's okay if you do a little bit at a time, just stay consistent with it and continue to plug yourself into the environment, especially right now in times of need. ACN provides such an incredible positive environment, something positive to look forward to. So I would encourage you guys, stay plugged in, be consistent with it, and pray you never quit. I'm so thankful that through the ebbs and flows, through the roller coaster rides, and I've had many in the last 8 years, I'm so thankful that I had mentors and books that I've read over the years that really gave me in the back of my head that message of just stay the course. It's okay. It'll happen. You just gotta just pray you never quit. Yeah, stay plugged in. Most important.
Very good. Well, thanks for your time. And congratulations to you. Congratulations to Jeff. I'm excited for you guys. It's going to be a tremendous future that you both of you have with ACN.
We're excited and we're blessed to be a part of this company too. So thank you so much for your leadership as well.
You're welcome. Have a great day.